Hey folks, it's been a minute, hasn't it? But here we are, the LaFontaine Chronicles. Or at least, we think it's the LaFontaine Chronicles. Today will be the determiner of what title we go by as we continue Valkyrie Case Files, Episode 6, Sheep's Clothing. When last we left, our intrepid pair had recently been putting together the clues. Different experiences with, Project Valkyrie regarding this missing, stolen idol and a cult that seems to weaponize plague within themselves had led them to investigate a number of vampiric covens. The vampires who they spoke with were somewhere between cooperative and cagey. In fact, so were the agents that they worked with. These various contacts, these interviews, these people that they got to know all along the way seemed to suggest that there was something more at work that everybody wasn't saying. One by one, the teams that they worked with were picked off, eliminated as they were off investigating somewhere else. Each of them falling apart at the seams like overripe fruit from the plague that was consuming them from within. So far, they seem to have stayed ahead of it. But, well, who knows how long that can last. As one of their agents is lost, that one, a member of the Adamski Project, who are conspiracy kooks to start with, points out that she suspects, with her dying breath, that they are, in fact, working for vampires. And then you've got an old friend of Darien's, Miss Bly. And Bly says that there is ample evidence that Fontaine, who used to work for Bly in the Barrett Commission, there's ample evidence that there is a secret government project with super technology that is actually being funded by vampiric backers. Well, that's alarming. And at first, Darien didn't especially seem to care about that until Bly pointed out that they've been tracking a couple other actions, and one of the intercepted communiques mentions a certain Artemis Pendergast. And those of you who've been watching from the very beginning know that Artemis Pendergast is Darien's great big love. He's still got a wedding ring for her. So, what did Bly give you? Rough locations and plane tickets. Now, whether you use those plane tickets is up to you. But I do want to point out, the love of your life is in a black box Supermax supernatural holding facility in Arizona, probably being experimented on to make better super technology tools, like the ones you've been using. Those compound rounds you've been enjoying against supernatural enemies, how do you think they test those things to find out how they work? So, do we have any questions, comments, critiques, concerns before we get rolling?
The plane tickets, there's not like a tarmac on the Supermax, right? I'm not just gonna roll and be like, hey.
No, this would at best put you in Phoenix. Okay. You'd still have a drive ahead of you. Besides which, plane tickets would take you by commercial airliner, and I don't think commercial airliners land at Area 51 or its ilk. And this is for sure its ilk.
Oh. But if I take the plane tickets, I probably have to leave most of my weaponry behind.
Not with your authorizations, you don't.
I just walk on the plane, be like, hey, here's my giant trunk of guns.
Well, I will. You can't bring the whole trunk, but you certainly could fill up a duffel bag. That being said, if what you're imagining is accurate, then it's very unlikely that all the firepower you can bring to bear is going to be the solution to this problem.
Okay.
This place, I want you to imagine breaking into a prison.
Mm-hmm.
What are the guards armed with? What's the architecture? How many authorizations do you need? Now, add to that, this is a prison for, and this might be a helpful metaphor, this is a prison for supervillains. And I'm not talking Arkham. I mean a good one. This is the kind of place. Yeah, they got laser cages. They've got, people stored in liquid nitrogen and crap. They've got firm and excellent security measures. This is a place, and the guards are suitably armed as well. So this is Guantanamo Bay meets DC Comics. It's unethical. It's disturbing. There's probably associated labs for experimenting on captured specimens. So, what's in there? Who knows? What kind of guards are there? The best they can find. What are they armed with? Technology you haven't even heard of yet. You're still pretty new to the organization. So, odds are you will be fighting humans with, if all of these conspiracy nuts are telling the truth, maybe some vampires or ghouls. But definitely humans, well-trained humans with significant firepower.
The two of us going in there.
Yes. Assuming you're all going in there, but I don't know how you'll do this alone.
So this might be a wild suggestion. One way of getting into a facility like this is to have it seem like we have a legitimate reason for being there.
I thought about that. Who do we bring in and as a prisoner?
One legitimate reason for being there is to bring someone in as a prisoner, which case could be me, and it wouldn't be too much of a stretch to put me involved with that idol that was there and went missing, and I'm some like supernatural mastermind behind it that you caught and are bringing in. Now that presents a whole load of other problems potentially once we get there, not the least of which could put me behind some very sophisticated barriers that I won't be able to get out from. So we would have to make our escape and rescue effort quickly once we get in before I could get put behind bars.
This is a legitimate idea. I'm gonna throw Dustin a bone on this one, and I'm not saying it's a better idea. I'm just throwing an option that Darien might think of. Agents are able to go to secure locations to interview prisoners for information that they need.
Okay. That works a little better than trying to convince people that she has.
Oh, I like that a lot better. I would rather not be taken into custody at this location.
No, I don't think that ends well for you.
No, I don't think so. I mean, there's a chance they would end up okay, but I don't know that I want to chance that.
You lose it here, you're in for a world of hurt.
Yeah.
And all I know is that Artemis is there, right? Not where in the facility, just that she's there.
You know you are aware from looking through the papers that Bly gave you. It's sort of a series of intercepted communique and documents. One of them is a report on a captured werewolf from Multnomah Falls. And the physical description looked like there's a picture of Artemis laying naked in a pool of water in a cave. And it says, processed, relocated to Arizona facility. Now, it's in Arizona. You don't know the exact coordinates. So you have to figure that out, too.
Oh, so I don't even know where the facility is?
You are aware that she's been moved to Arizona facility, but you're not sure where that is.
Yeah, that's fine.
Then again, you do have superiors who you could be like, I need to talk to blah blah about such and such. So throw you a bone there.
Is there any way that we might be able to connect her to the events in Chicago? I don't know if that's possible, or I don't know with any of your other cases. Maybe
Well,
you could possibly.
I was thinking that maybe there was somebody, like at least a name that I knew was in that facility. But then again, I don't even really know the facility existed until just now.
Well, if we could talk to her directly, that would put us into direct contact with her. And if she's some supernatural being, maybe she's strong enough to help us get her out of there somehow. I don't know. That's worth a shot. I mean, I don't know how. If we asked to speak to someone else at the facility, I don't know how we would go from that to finding her to let her out. I think getting an interview directly with her gets her out of her super reinforced cell into maybe a slightly less secure location to speak with her.
Yeah, that's probably going to have to be the route we go. Just trying to set up a meeting with Artemis, I guess.
Yeah. So you have a superior then. The person that we talked to who gave us these plane tickets, would she be able to arrange such a... would she be able to approve our request to go and interview Artemis?
That is a negative. Caprice Bly is part of the Barrett Commission. She represents a Louisiana politician, I think, and he basically managed to snatch up LaFontaine from his serial killer psychic thing because he saw some vampire shit, and they were like, "Ooh, we could totally use somebody like him to prove vampires exist and get them to stop attacking the 1%." So he worked for them for a minute, and then he saw the crazy shit that happened in Louisiana and got snatched up by Task Force Valkyrie while he was on vacation with his werewolf girlfriend, and then she up and ghosted on him. So she is part of the Barrett Commission, which is not a part of Task Force Valkyrie. So she's as far as she's concerned, Darien has joined the conspiracy, and she'd like that conspiracy broken open. She has no power or authorization within it, and in fact, if they found out she had those documents that she gave him, they would probably vanish her. So that was a big trust thing right there.
Yeah, so is there any cases maybe, Darius, that you worked on, maybe that you can plausibly tie Artemis to, that you'd need to talk to her about?
There was something about Oregon.
Artemis was linked with werewolf attacks in Oregon that Darien was investigating, so...
That's how I know about.
I suppose you could try to find some way to link this whole case with that one. It would be an interesting stretch. You'd definitely roll for it, but you could give it a shot.
Yeah.
But yeah. So you could call your direct superior Baskin House and try to convince him. But that's up to you.
Yeah, I guess we'll try that. I mean,
All right. Call him when you're ready.
call him.
All right. You know the right keys to hit in the certain sequence that links you through the secure line. They have layer on layer on layer, some archaic and some futuristic. Before you are routed through a series of passwords and phrases. What do you need?
I'm looking for a prisoner in our Arizona facility that I would like to speak to about a case I was working on back in Oregon.
You should be focused on this Mother of Darkness thing.
They are tied together.
How's that?
There were werewolves attack in Oregon. I believe she might have been involved.
And there we go. We have that 45 minutes drop off. Kevin will be back in just a moment. There we go.
45 minutes. There were werewolves attack in Oregon. Where we go from there?
Where there I was, and I believe she was involved.
She?
What is Artemis's last name?
Pendergast.
And
I do want to point out, you were recruited by this guy because he knows you were dating a werewolf and she left you. So it might be a little suspicious if you're like, I want to see the girl I was dating. Do you want me to roll, see if we can...
Just roll.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Okay, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. With your manipulation. And we'll go with straight up subterfuge. Dustin, do you know what an exploding 10 is?
I have no idea.
You roll a 10, you get to re-roll it. If it's a 10, you get to re-roll it again. You just had 1 10 go up 4 times. That's statistically very unlikely and a huge success.
Awesome.
So, you could tell him... Well, the report you read said something about, like, this apparently being some kind of ritual area for the werewolves. So, you found similar iconography that suggests a link between the Mother of Darkness and this werewolf cult? Maybe?
Yeah,
I could throw out more rando ideas if you want to piece it together, but if that works for you.
that should work. Yeah.
Okay. You could also just bullshit him that your, like, psychic touching shit was like, I've seen werewolves. And it looks like when I was there. And they'd be like, well, we got no way to disprove that. That's why we fucking hired him.
We can't see your psychic brain.
And you could even try to throw all that shit together if you wanted. But yeah, I mean, it's up to you.
I'm gonna go with the first one just because it sounds a little bit more.
All right, play it out.
There was iconography at the site that I believe would link this werewolf cult to this current case.
Really? Well, I'm sorry to say that pack, as we've been calling them, that you found, most of them ran off. The only one we were able to capture was the one that was apparently in a coma. But we've transferred that one over to the secure holding facility in Arizona, Black Site Charlie. I don't know. I can transfer I could have the files sent to you. Do you need to? I'll be honest with you, LaFontaine. I don't entirely understand how your psychic abilities work. Do you need to be near this thing?
Physical contact is a necessity.
And I assume time is a factor.
It always is.
I see. All right. All right. Candace! I love Candace. She's always on top of things. You're going to want to look on your phone. You'll see that there's an email being sent to you indicating exactly what identity will be waiting for you at a locker at the airport. Just get there. We'll have you signed up as a marshal, bonded courier, whatever. You'll be allowed to bring your gear.
Excellent.
Anybody gives you guff, you flash your badge.
And I assume you'll be providing directions to the black site.
All in the email.
Excellent.
We'll have a car waiting for you as well.
Thank you very much.
Give me results, Fontaine.
Click.
Click. That's the Fontaine, motherfucker. So,
Doing the movie hang up.
now, Victoria,
So goodbye.
are you cool with this?
With me, like, not being able to go in?
I mean, as a character, like, are you like, yeah, totally bring me into a government black site?
I'm all pretty nervous about that, to be honest. Because there's a lot that I don't know that I found out about recently, like the existence of the supernatural. And
General.
And it seems that some people have the ability to kind of interact with that a little bit, like LaFontaine here. And I don't know who has sort of like weird detectors like I do, and what if they figure out that I have weirdness to me, and then that becomes a thing, and then I don't get to leave the facility because there are questions they need to ask. And
For the sake of saving a little time, you are effectively a deputized asset. And while some Valkyrie agents might have some small psychic ability, Darien is probably one of their much better agents. It's hard to say what kind of guards they would have and what they're capable of. It's less likely that they're psychic and more likely they've got some kind of techno-medusits that detects weird EM fluctuations or something, you know?
okay.
It's government-funded weird science.
Well, not exactly knowing what we'll walk into, I'm definitely willing to help get someone out of a facility like this, provided that LaFontaine vouches for them. Like, I mean, like, I don't know this person. They're being held. They're a werewolf, I guess, from what I'm overhearing.
Which are apparently real too.
Yeah, well, if vampires are real, why not, right? Like, I mean, like
And for a penny and
witches,
for a pound.
You're in
ghosts.
danger in there or outside anyway. So either
Apparently,
way,
the world is danger.
Right, that's so like that's so like the image of the world has been like completely shattered, and what do you do when that gets shattered? How, right? Like it's sort of like, okay, well, are these things really dangerous? Is this like a Men in Black kind of situation, and they're just, you know, trying to keep the peace between things, or
Picture if all the aliens were monsters from like the
folktale?
Universal horror universe, and Men in Black was the Department of Homeland Security.
Yeah.
Basically, what we're looking at. Yeah.
Uh,
Except apparently they're secretly run by a cabal of those same evil aliens.
yeah. Now, LaFontaine, I don't know this person, and they're behind bars for some reason I don't understand. Eh, they're not going to be an actual problem once we get them out, right? Like,
I trust her not to be.
okay. I've seen a lot of new things to me recently, and it's hard to make sense of things right now.
The person we're going after is very important to me. We were formally engaged, or we're going to be.
Okay. Yeah.
What they do in
It's-
these sites, we need to get her out.
It's
Regardless of what she may have done to end up there or what else is going on, I need to get her out.
so it's a bad place then. Like it's not just like holding people.
A bad place would be an understatement.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you, this is going to be very dangerous.
Well,
I understand if you don't want to come, but
things have been
I have to do.
things have been very dangerous for me since about the time that I met you. And I don't see that changing in my life anytime soon, even if we were to
You are
part
on
ways.
a lot of radars now.
Yeah. It seems foolish to leave at this point when I don't know enough to protect myself. And if this government site is doing bad things to someone, they don't deserve that. And I'll help you see this through.
Thank you.
Plus, bonus, you'd have a werewolf helping you.
Werewolf Park.
They seem, I mean, books and movies kind of make them seem kind of strong.
A little bit.
Darien, you've seen werewolves. You're one of those rare humans who doesn't get like paralyzed and psychosis when they wolf out. When werewolves take on their big monstrous form, people suffer from lunacy. They're just like, and then afterward they justify it in their imagination. Wow, that was a big dog. Holy crap, I guess that was some weird performance art. Viral marketing, huh?
It's angel shit.
Yeah. So it's one of the reasons people don't just know about werewolves. But But yeah, you've had sufficient exposure, training, and whatnot that you no longer suffer from lunacy. Victoria may not be so lucky.
Yay.
But yeah, I do want to point something out here. You do this, even if you get away clean, they're gonna find out what you did. Sooner or later, somebody is going to put the pieces together. And when that happens, TFV is going to be on your ass.
The effing vampires?
Task Force Valkyrie.
Oh.
Though apparently they're run by the effing vampires. If you believe everything you've heard. You still have a reason to try to find this Mother of Darkness cult because they're certainly architects, because they're certainly trying to, kill lots and lots of people. And Victoria, you're as motivated as ever.
Yeah.
But this is wowzers. This is
Plus-
earning a powerful new enemy and losing a powerful patron.
Yeah. But we're also having her with us would probably help.
Yep.
Okay. If you think this is the right move, the right trade-off, I'm okay with that.
I do.
The thing is, not easy, but we can get it done. We can find those cultists with the help of your future fiance to be, I guess.
Hopefully, we'll. It's been a while. We'll see where we're at.
Well, I think maybe breaking her out of a super secure prison might she might be thankful of that. I have a feeling.
One way to find out.
Yeah. So we need to get out there, and you still need to take that wintergreen solution juice stuff, and hopefully that doesn't kill you.
Yeah. Now, how long do those the side effects last?
The first time you did it, it was about 48 hours. But you don't know about anybody taking more than one, personally. So, I mean, the next one could... Who knows what it'll do? It could unlock more of the telemechanical abilities and infokinetic abilities that it was originally designed for, but you were a latent telepath when this whole thing started.
Yeah.
So...
But I feel like popping another dose of that and then getting on a plane seems like a bad idea.
It might be. It might be. If you take it, you don't know how long the recovery time will be, and you don't know what it'll do to you. It could straight up kill you. On the other hand, you might go scanners and make people get all veiny and crap. For all you know, you'll go full Akira.
I think it would be best to hold off on the treatment until after we've arrived. We don't need me going insane in the middle of a plane flight.
Oh, no.
No.
Yeah.
No, that seems like a bad plan.
I think we could arrive and give it a day or two upon arrival.
Yes.
Before heading up.
Like it would be a cogent plan. Yeah.
All right, so head for the airport, pack your stuff. All right. Are you bringing the full-on armory with you? Just throw it in a traveling case and be like,
Just
government.
A little bit. Not the whole damn thing.
Okay.
There was a lot. We took a lot.
Yeah, there's lots of ammo. Probably a good idea to take that. Bear in mind, these are TFV ammo and weapons and tools. If you do get outed and stuff, you're not getting resupplied again, unless you find a way to raid an armory, good fucking luck. Or something like, whatever you might steal from the prison, but you will not have access to enhanced armory after this.
Okay. Is there? I don't have like a safe house or like a locker or something in like a train station that I could like hide this shit.
All you have to do that is go to a train station and hide it. It's not like you pay a monthly fee for a locker unless you chose to do so. So, yeah, that's as available as anything.
Okay. I feel like whatever I don't take, I should leave there just in case we might need it later.
Mm-hmm.
You should probably find a spot that is less likely to have surveillance that the government could theoretically go through.
Yeah.
Yeah. TFV operates, I don't want to quite put it on like enemy of the state level, like hyper surveillance, but they can eventually find anything they want to. So if the more off the books and off the grid it is, the better.
Could just like drive out of town like a highway a bit, and then at like some mile marker, go off the path,
Bury
it.
Do it Fargo style.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could probably find a locker in some suburb and just call it a day, someplace where they don't have cameras everywhere.
I think that's gonna be the way to go.
Okay.
So we both know where it is. Easy to get to later.
Okay. You're the agent with the expertise, so we'll go with your plan.
Okay.
And then onward to the airport.
All right. So I'm guessing you don't plan to bring any shotguns or anything like that, but a couple of pistols and a couple of reloads.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm guessing your hugging goggles so that you don't get the hypnotized.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there anything else that jumps to mind?
Nope.
Okay, fair enough. All right. All right, cool. So, on the plane and off to Phoenix?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
I assume they'll have a car ready for me.
They do.
All right, good. I don't have to play out the Hertz rental car agreement.
All right. Let's see. Chicago to Phoenix flight time. Because I like this level of accuracy. It's about 3 hours and 40 minutes. It's enough time to catch a nap, and goodness knows you two need the sleep. You land in Arizona. Let's say that you took a few hours to stash the stuff, a few hours coming back, maybe even caught a little shut-eye before you do this. You may be in a rush, but you know that going into this whole thing deliriously half-tired is not going to help you. So the sun is setting by the time you drive out from Phoenix. You've been supplied with a black SUV. It's almost so stereotypical that it makes you cry. The drive through the desert is bleak. You pass by dusty little nothing towns that are 3 houses, a gas station, and a church. More than once. The uniformity of its mundanity mixes with a sense of decay in the yellow washed atmosphere of seemingly endless desert. Not even desert, but just badland. There just isn't that much to see out here. And as you drive, the enormity of what you're doing settles into you. It's a pit in your gut. A sense that you are walking into the lion's den, and that this was once upon a time something that was supposed to keep you safe. But then again, it's always been there, whether you knew about it or not. And how safe have you felt? It also occurs to you just how big the world is. In the cities, and in your cases, it always feels like this is something that must be everywhere. Every politician you deal with, Darien, every street gang, every hustler, dealer, whatever, seems to have something to do with these supernatural monsters doing horrible things to normal people. And now you're on the other side of the equation. This monster that you love is in fact a person. You see the woman. And you wonder where exactly the line between the good guys and the bad guys is supposed to be drawn. Your world has contracted. The circle of what you consider your territory has become smaller and larger at once. You still feel a responsibility to stop this Mother of Darkness cult, the Architects. You still feel compelled to help people. But the idea of who's supposed to solve these problems has become muddled. There are only the people who you trust most and what you can do about it. Victoria, have you ever been to Arizona?
No.
You hear about Phoenix. You hear about Arizona. You see it occasionally on a TV show or a movie or a commercial. And you only see the nice parts. Out here, the desolation is supreme, the emptiness vast. But you're also aware that there have been thriving cultures that lived out here. Some driven away, some to extinction. You are so far from home and expectation. Your mind gravitates towards what little familiarity there is, and you think, yay, travel. Yay, can you imagine all the stuff that's out there? And yet you know what you're heading toward. At least you try to imagine what you're heading toward. Because this fresh kink in your journey does not bring you any closer to the people who represent a threat to you or to the people you care about.
Mm-hmm.
It's all happening very fast. Very fast. You think about the duffel bag in the back of the car. You think that it's full of guns. What the hell? How did you end up here? And you wonder for 1 second if that eye for the strange you have, if you looked in a mirror, if it wouldn't go off. Right about then that the black site surface operation comes into view. If you didn't know where you were going, it would never stand out to you. It's a shipping facility. It's the kind of place in the middle of the desert where there's a small warehouse and a big garage for housing maybe 5 trucks. That's it. Cast in the setting sun, it certainly pushes a long shadow into the otherwise barren surroundings. That's it. It looks run down and dust covered. There's a single semi-trailer parked in one of the garages with the truck sticking out, the cab ahead. Small office to the side. If you didn't know what you were looking for, you would never give this another look. There aren't even that many tracks around the facility. Most of it gets blown away in the wind. No watchtowers, no giant walls, no razor wire. Nothing. But this is the address. This is the place. But you know, Darien, from the little briefing in your email, you know all you have to do is talk to the secretary in the office. Simple as that. And they will show you the way. What's the move?
I need to take the treatment.
Do you
like-
want to...
Is there a town, like maybe an hour outside of the place that we could go to? Maybe grab a hotel room so I could take this and hopefully not die?
Shall we retcon that you took it in Phoenix?
Yeah,
Okay.
to just get it over with, because
I described them as glowing blue vials, right?
I believe
Yeah.
so.
Okay. So you take one of the files in a hotel room, pop it in the auto injector gun. For those of you who have seen the original trailer we did for this series, you saw lots of sciencey stuff and eyes dilating and stuff like that. You may recall Darien's hands clenching at the memory of it. You shoot the needle into your arm at the same spot you remember they did, after putting a belt between your teeth. And you immediately feel it moving through your veins. Cold, tingling, foreign and wrong and poisonous. And then it hits your heart. Your whole body feels cold, tingling. When it hits your brain, it's as though the whole world becomes a howling black wind, gusting over you. The floor feels miles away. The sky feels very close. Every wall is squeezing in on you, even though it is miles away. You're shivering, sweating, teeth chattering. Thank goodness for that belt. Everything flexes, everything relaxes. The idea of time becomes distorted. You may have been here a week. You dream. You dream of Louisiana. You dream of that first night with Artemis. You dream of the thing that came out of a wound in the world. You dream of what little you could do against it. As you witnessed people turn on each other and start eating each other from what happened in its wake. Literally eating each other. Not zombies, not monsters, just people driven past all reason by an all-consuming hunger. You remember the sky was red and the sound of a hurricane. You remember the overwhelming sense that there was something waiting for you on the other side. And all it wanted was to eat, and it wanted you to eat, because you would be its mouth. You resisted. Most didn't. You remember what it was like to feel it trying to invade your mind. Victoria. He's been on the bed for about 15 minutes. And then you feel something press against, and the world goes black.
Okay.
When you wake up, it's about an hour later.
Oh.
Your head isn't hurting so much as it's spinning.
Whew.
According to the clock, you've been out for about an hour. Darien is alive?
Question mark.
Yeah, he's alive.
Okay. Whew. Maybe I'm hungry. What? It's
You absolutely raid the minibar.
yeah. It's weird.
Hooray for peanuts and snack machines.
It's something.
Don't drink the water.
It's about another hour and a half before you get up, Darien. The world feels crisper, and you are very aware of where people are around you, even through the walls. And you think, if you focus, you can hear what they're thinking. And you think, if you push, you can knock over those thoughts. You could shove them over, and once they're shoved, it'll take them a while to get back where they belong. Would you like that in very clear terms?
Sure.
You've gained the ability to psionically attack people to try to disable them. You have gained a low-level presence sense and a low-level telepathy to read thoughts.
Any weird-ass side effects other than, that?
Oh, you get to find that out.
Oh, good.
Okay, fine. It's just nothing immediate, though. Okay.
Nothing is immediately obvious to you. I should smoke more.
There's no leakage or anything. It's just,
Not that you're aware of. Victoria is not like hearing your thoughts or anything. Your eyes haven't turned all black. You don't have weird veins or any crap like that. You seem to be okay. But then again, you're not sure how much you can push this stuff before it will affect you. You know that using your teleinformatic abilities and psychometry before had a certain
draining.
It tended to drain your will a bit. So this probably exacts a similar price, but you're not sure how far you can push it and what you can do with it at this point. Like, you're in uncharted waters here. Your brain has just been force evolved. And for all you know, it'll kill you in a year. Or maybe you'll live forever. Maybe you're not even human anymore. Who knows? You've seen some weird shit, and you have just become weirder shit. You're going to be dizzy for a while, but hopefully it'll have cleared by the time you get where you're going. So, end that flashback. You're awfully thirsty, Darien, but aside from that, your stomach is cleared and your head stops spinning. Victoria, you definitely felt better after about an hour.
Okay. Yeah.
So, when you did stop for gas once, Darien just stared at the gas station attendant. It was a little weird. Darien, the reason you were doing that is because you could hear what they were thinking. At least what they were actively thinking. You think the subconscious is a bit deep, you'd have to push hard for that, but the echoes of thoughts around you are a constant susurrance. You may have to figure out a way to shut that off in time.
Should I get the regular Skittles or the tropical berry Skittles? As you see me like staring at the candy display. I reach out for the regular Skittles.
The familiar. That'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the red ones are good.
Yeah. I'm still upset what they did to the green ones. Like, Sour apple's okay, but the lime were just fantastic.
What?
What?
What? What?
Huh? What? Here, we're gonna get some Skittles. I don't know.
All right. So I could hear this guy's thoughts, right? What was I hearing?
Fucking kid ain't mine. I swear she cheated on me. There's no fucking way that kid is mine. Nah, no, it's bullshit. Who was it? Gary? Gary. Bitch.
I thought you were talking out of character and saying I wasn't your child, but okay.
Dustin, we have the same birthday. That would be
It'd be
fuck.
very confusing. Yeah. The exact same day.
All right, so shall we fast forward to you're pulling up to the station again?
Moving it on.
Mhm.
All right, you park the car, step out into the dry heat. Though as the sun is setting, you can already feel it giving its last gasps where once there was a pounding sun in the desert. It's going to get cold once that's gone. You step into the routing office. There's a single board secretary. You'd put her in her 40s. Heavy set, curly blonde hair, pineapple earrings, chunky glasses, a computer that's a few years out of date. Looks you up and down. Can I help you?
Agent LaFontaine, I believe you should be expecting me. Do I believe that? They would have called ahead, right?
You deliver the series of passkeys and passwords and phrases that are outlined in your briefing. She straightens up, clicks a few keys on the keyboard, and then touches something under the desk, and you see a closet door buzz and click. Go on ahead. She eyes Victoria suspiciously, but the two of you are free to proceed.
I turn to her, just say, Agent, tell her to follow me. Just to keep up that little bit of appearance. And we go.
You step into the closet, which appears to be like you have to climb over janitor supplies, but the back wall slides open into an industrial like elevator, the big kind that you could push gurneys into. And it starts moving down and down and down. You'd say 3 stories? It's not very fast. When it opens,
I'm getting a bad feeling.
you ain't in Kansas no more.
No, it's Arizona.
This place is sleek.
Have I been to a black site before?
Not like this, buddy.
Okay.
You have been to the Supermax the Ultramax prison in Michigan, which is maintained by you went to that prison for the wintergreen treatment. That place is the only Ultramax prison in America, and it's where they keep some monsters and some psychos who seem to transcend their normal abilities with their insanity. You've been there. That place is a top of the line holy shit prison. This, you walk in and the floor is a mirror shine black tile. Like not even a tile, it's some kind of like hyperlinoleum. The walls are an offset mottled cream with soft lighting. There are 2 armed guards, and when I say armed guards, I don't mean cops with guns. I mean there are 2 people in full SWAT riot gear. Almost bomb gear. It's so thick. Each of them is hefting a big-ass gun. I mean, this shit looks like it's from Aliens. A single desk between them, large door behind them, and big doors to the right and to the left. The guy behind the desk is clean cut, short government issue haircut, suit, tie. Looks up. Agent LaFontaine,
Good evening.
your assistant.
I
Yes.
nod.
You here to see one of the prisoners?
I am.
His computer is not out of date. His computer is incredibly sophisticated. In fact, he's touching the screen. I'd like to remind you that this is taking place in the, 2004, 5?
Yeah.
Late 2000s.
Yeah.
This is, the computer he's using is roughly, as we players know it, 2020 technology. Like, this is that government curve. I see. All right. I assume this is the first time at your facility.
That is correct.
Hits a few more buttons. Another one of those big, heavily armed guards comes out through a blast door on the left. Just straight up, big mechanical. Steps out from a long hall. This way. Picture, like, you ever see, like, a bomb squad with those, like, riot face plates? It's, like, heavily armored around it.
Yeah, I'm eyeing the guy looking for like weaknesses in the armor. Like,
That's the thing. Monsters look for weaknesses in this armor, too. That's why they made it this way. Oversized shoulder pads, double thick chest stuff, neck guards, full army helmet. The pants are padded. Their mobility will be reduced, but you could probably hit these guys with a truck, and their worry would be whether or not the truck goes over them and crushes them. So, yeah. The weakness you could theoretically find is you probably know where some of the latches are to get some of it off to get to the person.
so these guns might not be all that useful. All right.
Well, they are loaded with compound rounds, so on the off chance you fight something supernatural, like vampire, that'll put you one up. And you can bet no vampire's going to bother with all this crap. So, says this way. Follow him.
Follow him.
There's about 2 airlocks you have to pass through. And I mean, like, lasers are scanning over you, decontamination mist, the whole 9. Guard stations through one-way hyperdense glass are like looking at you and monitoring you and taking tests on you to make sure that you're not some kind of shapeshifter, werewolf, vampire, mummy, mage. And you proceed through the second one where it's done again. And on the other side, you enter a broad hallway. To the left, you can see what appears to be some kind of like guard station, break room. You see a fridge, a microwave, some couches, and a big TV. All through large doors that appear to be as simple as pushing them open. They've got glass so you can see in. To the right is another blast door. He leads you over there. You're scanned again. The doors open, and you see the cell block. You're on the top level. It goes down 4. He steps you over to a large sort of crane device. Like one of those platforms that moves around, the hydraulic lift things. Says step on. And he starts navigating it. The cells, like the top level has guards like walking around watching with their big ass guns. He takes you across, and looking down, you can see for about 4 stories, there are cell blocks with glass that you can see through. He sees the two of you examining them. Glass is one way. They can't see out. This is general population. We keep the weak ones out here. You can see sometimes what appears to be a perfectly normal human. You see what appears to be, and God, it's hard to explain. You see what appears to be what once was a human, hybridized with the worst aspects of a spider. You see a person on the ground, sprawled, apparently dead. Their shirt is missing, and you can see there's a hole over their chest, like something gnawed its way to their heart. The body twitches and looks directly at you as you move, even through the one-way glass. You see a man. He looks like a mannequin. He looks around, bites his knuckle. You see a pair of women. One in a cell, the other in a cell next to them. Each of them are extremely skinny, like almost skeletal, extremely pale, long black hair that looks like it's wet. You can see black veins under their skin, and their eyes are entirely black, and each of them is holding a hand to the wall to each other.
Whew. This is creepy as hell.
Wasn't mid-sentence.
No.
I'll take it. And you see a woman who is, her eyes are blazing red. She has fangs. She is just endlessly slamming against the walls, screaming. When you look at her, the guard looks at you. Oh, yeah. Coldies. What are you gonna do? It's not feeding time yet. She can just fucking deal. And the bridge and the lift takes you to the other side of the cell block. There's no bridges linking the two. You have to take this bridge to cross this chasm. At the bottom, he notes, see the floor? Electrified. Anything tries to get out, falls. That's the way we like it. We don't even have to shoot them to kill them. We just shoot them to knock them down until they decide they've had enough. At the other side, another airlock, and further in. All right. Here's the tougher holding cells. Passing through, you can see a number or more of mysterious and alarming beings. For some reason, the one that alarms you the most is the one that's kept in a straitjacket. That one's blindfolded with headphones over their ears. They're very gently struggling against their bonds. Full body jacket. Like, just straight up sacked. Darien, you can feel their thoughts.
They're out there. Darien. Help me get out of here. They don't understand. How could they understand? Get me out of here. I can help you. I can help you get her out. I can help you get out of here. All you have to do is help me.
Push him. Can I push him out? Or at least try to?
Yeah. It's not easy, but you do it. This guy must be like you. And very freaking powerful.
Basically just firing back with a fuck around and find out.
You'll see. I'll be here if you change your mind.
I have long-standing accommodations. You almost get the feeling you didn't push him out. He simply respected it when you said leave. It's like a kid shoving an adult. Okay. He takes you to the last door. These are the labs. They've been working on a pacification serum for yours, so it should be a little safer. We'll see, right? Through here, you can see a number of lab areas. Staircase, and there's an elevator at the end, hospital style, to accommodate gurneys and oversized mobile push cells. But each of the rooms to either side, you can see that there are there's glass, so you can see in, operating tables, ballistic tests, chemical tests, gases, you name it. You can see there is, you can see a vampire strapped to a table, and they're working several light filtration sensors on it, most of which it's not responding to. Occasionally it shifts uncomfortably at some of them, and they take notes. You see another room where what's left of a werewolf is splattered on the floor. Some of the pieces are twitching slightly, and they're testing different chemicals on the twitching parts. In another room, you can see these rooms are totally soundproofed because you see the flash of an assault rifle firing into... You're not sure what that is. It appears to be amphibious, and it twitches even... It's twitching all the time. It's a mass of tentacles, held in what appears to be an extremely fine net. You can see that several people are sitting in chairs, bound down, but they're not uncooperative as they're being injected with chemicals. One of them starts heaving, and their eyes start glowing red. And then you're brought to the last cell on the left. In here is a hospital bed. And there's Artemis. She's on a table. She's strapped down, and IVs are moving fluid into her. The guard flashes a badge over a scanner. Boop. Door slides open. I'll be right outside. There is a doctor present. She has a lab coat, otherwise dressed, basically like surgeon on duty. Looks up. LaFontaine, right?
Evening.
So, we've currently got her on serum 268p, but I can bring her into consciousness if you want. Shouldn't have any effect on the test.
What can you tell me about her?
Well, we've looked up her files. Artemis Pendergast, IRS agent of all things. What do you want to know?
Why is she here?
She's a werewolf.
That's it? She's a werewolf? This is a supermax facility. This is incredible security for just
I
a
take it
werewolf.
you've never gone up against a lycomorph, have you?
Up against? No.
If you did, you'd understand why a prison facility like this is the only thing capable of holding you. You realize werewolves are capable of shape-shifting into one of 4 distinct forms. That they are capable of regenerating wounds unless it's inflicted by silver. You realize that this hyper-regenerative capacity is the likes of which we have never seen in any organism. It actually defies the conservation of energy and mass. What's more, they seem able to use certain supernatural abilities which we are still documenting. Uncanny ways of being right where they need to be, or shifting their forms in more specific favors. Occasionally, they seem to be working in league with extra-dimensional entities. These things are allied with literal alien invaders, sir.
Well, can you tell me about the nature of her capture?
Well, actually, it's funny. I've been reading your name a few times in the reports. You scouted out the Multnomah Falls Den. We sent in a secure team. Unfortunately, the other ones seemed to evade us before we were able to secure the system. Unfortunate. They're usually sharper than that. Pacific Northwest, right? But this one was found, apparently comatose, in a cave hidden behind the falls. Did the blood tests, ran through the serums, checked out as werewolf, brought her here to secure her. She hasn't been conscious, but I'm sure I can bring her out of it if you need to question it.
Can I pick up anything off of her? Like,
She's sedated, and her mind is confused. It's like, you know how you feel when you're dreaming and you know it? It's like that. It's when you reach out to touch her mind, it's vivid, but it's rapid. It's a series of thoughts and memories and theoreticals and possibles. You can feel a distant howling and the smell of wet leaves and musk and a voice. It's a language you don't understand, and yet its meaning is clear to you. Crystal clear, as though you spoke it. It's not English, but its meaning is clear. It keeps saying, "We had a deal. You won't outrun this. You can't outrun me." It doesn't feel like what you felt in Louisiana either. This is something else. Did you want me to bring her out of it, or? I see that you're active on a P2 scale.
yeah, wake her up.
She moves over, opens a series of syringes. Injection. And Artemis, welcome.
Ew.
You're strapped to a bed in a cold facility, and your flesh feels sore and tingling.
Was not where I left myself.
No, it is not. You are not feeling great. You're a bit woozy, and you're strapped to a table, and there are needles in you in a few places, which is curious. And there's a scientist, and Darien, and some redhead chick.
Do I sense the little spirit dude who was helping me before, or is he gone?
He's not here.
Can I put like just telepathically to her? Just don't react to the fact that it's me.
You try.
Oh,
Let's see how it goes. Artemis, you can feel his intention.
Okay. Well, I'm just hella confused, so I don't even know. Even know
Yes.
is this real? Call
Is this
Dr.
just
Michaels.
fantasy?
Pinch.
Wrong doctor,
Dr.
wrong lab.
Michaels.
Wrong doc, wrong lab.
Oh, it's a lab. Who knows? He could be here.
Ain't that true? He seems to turn up everywhere.
That man is everywhere. He could be here. You don't know.
that ball fair.
So, all right. What's the move, guys?
Okay, so what's the last thing that I can remember?
You remember everything from the last episode that you had. You
My last
remember
episode.
of like
Artemis.
Artemis. You remember the fight. You remember being put in the healing pool. After that,
So
you woke up here. Did those fucking werewolves betray you? What the hell?
that's what I'm wondering. Like, what the hell? Can Darien hear what I'm thinking?
You don't know.
Okay.
For the
Yeah.
record, Dustin, yes, he can.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, my thoughts are: did they fucking betray me? Did Darien betray me? Or am I
Well,
just still dreaming?
That is a question.
Paul Pinstripe.
Right. He just shows up when you want.
He seems to show up when it's needed.
Now you're cool with him. That's great.
This seems pretty needed. Or, I don't know, who else do I know that might be able to get me out of here? Geheim?
How are you going to contact literally any of these people? Darien is in front of you.
Oh, he told me not to say that I know him.
All right, well, sounds like it's on to you, buddy.
So it's not like I could be like, Darien, what the hell?
I feel like that would totally just give me away. And but I also have no idea what to do now.
Can I... So I'm strapped down, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Are they metal restraints, or...
Heavily reinforced padding. Seems to be some kind of, like, enhanced weave.
Okay. Can I... try... Okay, well, where are the straps? Just on, like, my arms and legs?
Ankles, thighs, and there's one across your belly and one across your chest.
It would be awkward to shift into a wolf. I don't think that would work. But I can try and shift.
I forget, was one of the things that I can do now like power suggestion?
You haven't tried to dominate anybody, but you do know you can knock people out. The doctor is looking at you, Artemis, and then you. You can tell from her thoughts that she's getting a little, like, what the hell, man? Say something.
Now, also, are there cameras in this room?
There's cameras everywhere.
Fuck.
And okay, well, I don't feel too good either, so I don't know if that's a good. What the hell? Let's try to shift to Daru form. Maybe I could then break these handshakes.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Oh well, fuck.
Uh,
Realized there was a drug that could stop that.
The doctor's looking at you. She sees you try to do it. Mm-hmm. As I said, it's working.
What is this that you're pumping into her?
Oh, a little something passed down from one of our labs up north. The idea is that we can deactivate their ability to shift for a time. It's still very experimental. She's one of the later trials. Thank goodness for her sake. It had some rather volatile effects on some of the other test subjects. She looks at you. Do you understand? Do you understand?
I'm not stupid.
Well, I'm testing if you have brain damage, dear.
She thinks.
Oh, don't worry. If it makes you feel any better, you're part of an effort to make the world a safer place.
Actually, you're making the world a less safe place by doing this to me, but that's your prerogative.
Well, you're the giant meat-eating cannibal alien that looks like a human every once in a while. Strikes me, for the average American, the best thing we can do is help you reintegrate into society, you know.
I already was integrated into society. I wasn't killing people. And also, you clearly don't know the half of what it is that I've done and still need to do because you're doing this.
According to our
Hey,
investigations,
you guys all
were
want to
linked-
die? That is your prerogative.
According to your record, you were involved in a number of violent incidents in Louisiana.
I had jurisdiction.
By who?
Well, since you know so much about me, you should know by who.
Mm-hmm. Your jurisdiction doesn't seem to extend to terrestrial government, let alone the U.S. government.
Hey, they walked into my city, not the other way around.
Ah, yes. Territoriality. She looks at the two of you. It's a common trait among their kind. Well, we'll teach you to walk, talk, and eat like a normal human being before too long. We will cure you of this, and you'll understand in time. I know it must be a heady feeling being something more than human.
Can I push the suggestion for her to undo the restraints or something like that?
Do you want to just like straight up wah her, or do you want to try to make your words more persuasive to her?
I'm gonna go straight for the wah.
Okay. Narrow your eyes at her. Let's see what the dice think.
This will be the one time the dice don't agree with me.
I disagree. Mother. These dice love you, dude.
Yes.
Well, at least they love somebody.
Hey, where's
We're
this
gonna-
shit during like Star Wars, man?
Yeah.
Okay, that roll is so good it doesn't even cost willpower. Wow. So that's like you critted on top of a crit. So I'm gonna add a couple of extra effects. One, you do it completely quietly, without glaring or flinching or anything. Two, it doesn't cost you willpower. I'm bowled over. Wow. You did that like better than a vampire. So, yeah, you feel her like you feel yourself push into her mind, and it's like you can see through her eyes. You think you could puppet her if you wanted to, but if you just tell her what to do, she'll do it. You can even feel her thoughts about a number of plausible reasons why she would be released from her restraints. So what do you want to do?
Let her to release her. Undo the restraints. Let her up.
Now, because you rolled so well, I will let you choose. Do you want her to continue thinking she's under her own control? Or do you want her to straight up be an extension of you?
I think she's under her own control.
Well, I imagine it's safe enough to let her stand up a bit. I need to test her motor skills anyway. She loosens the restraints. You understand you're in a highly secure facility, young lady. It'd be a real shame if they had to put you down.
Oh, such a shame.
Good behavior, and you'll be out of here before you know it.
Okay. Sure.
It's better if you think of me as your doctor. Undoes the restraints. There we go. Offers you a hand. Come on. Up, up, up. Might be some disorientation.
Okay, how do I feel standing up?
You're woozy. You feel dehydrated and hungry. Not for people. Just hungry and dehydrated and tired. It definitely feels like you haven't been moving around for quite some time. So you're shaky. But can you stand? Yes. In game terms, I would expect you probably have a die penalty to physical stuff. If you've ever had a super bad flu, but
Am I
you
still
needed
naked?
No, you weren't naked. You weren't naked in here. Sorry, maybe I should have pointed that out. You are in you're in like patient scrubs.
Okay.
So
Laying it out there.
Hey, the last time I knew, I was naked in a healing spa. So.
this is true. So, all right. What's the move, guys? I've set the board. Now it's your choice how you play it.
Well, as far as I know, I'm supposed to just pretend like I don't know him. So.
I want to.
Assuming he's here to get me out, but.
I'm thinking, like, suggest to the doctor that she be taken outside for a bit of fresh air.
Outside is in outside of the complex.
Oh, I'm not saying that vocally. I'm putting that in here.
Well, given the hour, I imagine we could take her outside. Armed guards and all that. Can't get very far anyway. Would you care to come for the walk, Agent LaFontaine? You could ask your questions.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Come on now.
After you.
She directs you to a pair of, like, bare bones slippers. We're talking, like, hospital slippers.
Yeah.
Here we go. Steps outside, the guard. Excuse me, doctor, what are you doing? Taking our little patient out for some fresh air. Doctor, you know that's not allowed. She blinks as though confused. On her, or try to get him too?
Just say, make her pull rank.
I'm the medical professional here, sir, and I will do what I think is necessary for my patient. Doctor, it is completely disallowed to bring any of the inmates outside. You know that. I can't let you take her out.
Okay, I'm gonna have to push on him now. If I push on him, do I lose her?
You don't know.
Well, fuck it. There's only one way to do that. I'm gonna try it. So, can I just shut him off?
You mean like kill him?
like just make him just like his brain just go bip.
Absolutely.
That would
Just
kill him.
Kill him.
Yeah.
Okay. So
make
let's
him-
roll
or
on
just
this
make him an
American
idiot.
Patriot Monster Hunter and just terminate his brain, sure.
I mean, if we go by Artemis's morale, he's clearly a bad guy.
If we go by Artemis's morale, half the world ends up dead, okay?
Yeah,
I mean,
he is a party to all of this shit.
Yeah, but consider what you saw in those cells and the shit he's seen. As far as he's concerned, this is Van Helsing shit. Vampires are cannibal monsters. Werewolves are cannibal monsters. Spirits possess people and turn them into monsters. All of them make slaves of people. It's,
He should
I
be
mean,
a little more open-minded.
alas, I'll put it this way. Even if his bosses are evil, even if he has a flawed idea about the agency of these creatures, even if he's secretly being commanded by vampires, if these conspiracy theorists are telling the truth, you think this guy chose any to do what he does based on any of that information that he doesn't have? To him, he's like you.
No, fuck, I'm not gonna.
So I think maybe a better idea. We're never gonna leave this facility with you dominating basically everyone. I don't think. So if we can like get us to move
well, I
in a
just
good
don't know.
direction for a little bit before we have to somehow make a break for it, right?
If anybody's got ideas, go for it.
Can't you just tell him go to sleep?
So he slumps on camera.
Yeah.
We could ask to bring Artemis to one of the low security cells because that was nearer to the exit. So that gets us moving in the right direction. And
What's
that's
really cool is that Darien, because he can hear your thoughts and network them, all of this is canon.
Oh, what if like I mean, they do this in movies sometimes where it's like the facility is under attack. We need to move this prisoner, put it under a lockdown, but we need to get this prisoner somewhere safer.
You'd have to either actually have the facility under attack, which I don't know how you would do that, and that would probably lock everybody down in a more secure place.
Yeah, I thought about the riot idea. Yeah. Then again, there's a lot of shit in here that I don't want running around. Victoria would probably definitely die.
yeah, I would be super concerned about my safety.
Well,
On the other hand, a riot would give some of these monsters a chance to escape. Some of them probably aren't as guilty as others, but then
Yeah, get
how
those
do you know
librarians out of there.
what's the move, kids? And you still have this guard right here to contend with.
I mean,
Do you want to try to puppet him too, or
don't bother with that. Maybe. She said maybe they were just moving him to a different part of the facility, somewhere for
Yeah, like
other kind of testing.
the doctor says, "You misunderstand. I'm taking her to lower security. The running yards." All right, Doc. Sorry, that was really confusing. Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll report back to my post. He nods very politely to Agent, looks at Victoria with a charming smile. Miss? And he marches off. Good little stormtrooper. All-American apple pie. Genuine monster hunter. Okay, the doctor starts leading you back towards the airlock. Guard hits the thing. You pass the other side for the lower security area. The lift is sent over. Passes over again. And through a secondary airlock into what appears to be a running yard. There's one guard inside. Unscheduled run, Doc? Yes, I think this one could use a little exercise.
Right,
Don't
'cause
worry.
I can run.
Don't worry, she's disabled. You say so, Doc. He's got like a fucking LMG just dunk, 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 dunk type of gun. In here, you can see that there's like a television, a couch, a small running track, some workout equipment, but it's all the kind that's like actually fastened to walls, nothing you could throw or like wield with super strength. And yeah, the doctor stops. So, do you want to try walking around? It does occur to Darien and Victoria, the longer you are here, the more suspicious this is going to get.
Okay. I'm hoping there's something that maybe Artemis can use one of her 4 forms, apparently. It's like what I'm thinking of, maybe. The doctor said it was a short time disabled, maybe. It'll work really soon. Otherwise, I'm not sure how we go up
You could
stairs at all.
you could ask her how long it will last because you're concerned about your safety.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think ahead of that, how the hell we get out of here.
Well, while you're thinking about that, I'll autopilot it for you. When you ask, the doctor says, well, there's no way to be sure right now. Remember, she's the first subject we've had who didn't melt into pieces that tried to regenerate. So, could be an hour, could be a day, could be never. We'll find out.
Can I see into the Hispel?
You have the impression that it's there, but you can't see into it like you used to. Pretty sure you're not full-bore human, but you feel like you've been diminished greatly.
Have I ever felt like this before?
Yes and no. If you've ever felt like this before, you were coming at it from the other direction.
I'm just curious because before I actually changed, if I would cut my arm open, there would be fur instead of blood.
That's
I'm
true.
just curious if that will happen again. Not that they would give me anything to test that theory.
You have nails.
Yeah, but nails aren't gonna cut open my skin.
If you
Not like
push
they're my
hard
wolf
enough, they will.
claws.
You don't have wolf claws, but if you push hard enough...
Okay, I'm gonna try a little bit on top of one of my hands.
Okay, you, like, tear... Holy... That hurts. And you manage to, like, actually tear your skin just enough that some fur peeks out of it, and then it quickly reseals.
Okay. Okay.
So,
What was
apparently,
that?
you have the wolf blood tells, so far, of a wolf's meat and liar's skin.
Okay, so I'm thinking this in my head that, okay, I must have reverted back to what I was before I first changed, which means that it's possible to change again. And since I must Namdar, I'm assuming it has to be under a certain star. And if I'm thinking this, then Darien, I mean, Artemis doesn't know that Darien can hear it, but
Well, he's already, talked into your mind once, so who knows?
I don't know what that means. I mean,
that's
Artemis
true.
can take a guess at it, but she's not exactly sure. Well, hey,
That's fair.
Darien, do you hear this?
Yeah, I was gonna say, let her know that I hear everything, and I'm working to get you out of here. I just haven't.
Okay, well, unfortunately, you're gonna have to do it with me as a not werewolf, because it's apparently not working just yet. But I can still shoot a gun. And I still have my, Quantico training.
So, what's the move?
How far away is the entrance from where we are?
You would have to.
I was asking
Ex-
in character in my mind to Darien, but
Yeah,
I'm
aren't we like through like there's like 2 levels of security and an elevator to get to at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I use my common sense?
Do I have any bombs on me? I'll just go run at a bunch of guards and just tell them to go. Just
So it's seven for common sense.
What's the question for common sense? And unfortunately, no, you didn't bring any explosives.
Well, no, I wasn't. Oh.
No, that was me.
The question would be, what would be the best way to get through security without too much risk of casualty
Oh.
on our side?
Oh. Probably
I
opening
don't care
prisoner.
about their side.
Probably opening prisoner cells, like start a riot. You should also probably find out if there are alternative ways out of here. Like there can't just be the one elevator. There's got to be something.
So Darien, this girl with you, what does she do?
Try to answer that. She's an expert in antiquities, I guess you would say.
Okay. Not
Yeah.
computers.
Victoria can overhear this.
I can overhear that, the thoughts.
It's like you're both networked into his mind and it's echoing back and forth. He's broadcasting what he
Oh,
hears.
weird.
Okay, weird.
I'm an archaeology student, caught up in a lot. We have a ways to go to get out of here.
Okay, so nothing with computers.
I mean, I can research different scholarly papers. I don't think that's going to help here.
No.
No.
What did you say you were here for? I mean, obviously Darien's here to quote unquote question me, but
About
what are...
the falls and their connection to something, but I don't think it's actually related.
Okay, maybe you can pretend that you're just super interested in this complex and ask the doctor some, like, general questions.
I was just thinking of asking the doctor, just what happens if that elevator breaks down? Are you all just trapped down here?
There's also another tunnel for transfer to another facility. We have a pickup zone about 5 miles north. There's a tram at the bottom. Actually, just through that hallway.
Start a riot, escape through that hallway. I feel like that's the best bet.
Because we're in minimum. We're in the low security area, right?
Yes. In fact, this room is only here for those few prisoners that they might actually allow some small measure of, like, leisure time. The rest of them are just stuck in their cells all the time. In fact, from the echoes from the doctor's brain, you get the impression this place might as well be an examination room of itself. Or for the soldiers to use every once in a blue moon.
I feel like I should convince somebody to go open the cells and just kind of gen pop out while we make our escape.
You want to tell the doctor to do that?
Probably not the doctor. I think the guard would be a better choice because we'd have to deal with the guard.
All right, this is going to be a dominate. If you do this, you got to dominate somebody to do this. There's no way that you could just be like, hey, could you just let everyone out?
No, hell no, obviously. Hey,
All
where do you
right.
say you go and do not your job?
All right. Okay, that's really good. Pushing into his mind, you feel you can feel like you're dividing your attention between the two of them, and it's definitely causing a penalty for you. Like, it's disorienting feeling yourself in multiple people. But you get the guard. He's sort of swaying on his feet. What do you want him to do?
Leave the room. Go open the cells.
Door opens. He passes through, leaving the door open. Goes to a primary panel and starts punching stuff in. You hear an What are you doing? Stop. Somebody's got him! Put him down! They start shooting him. He
At
is
him?
still... Yes.
At the guard.
He is still determinedly hitting the buttons and then hits and slumps to the ground.
Wasn't he wearing that special armor? How could they be getting...
Well, you
bullets
shoot him
through
enough
that?
times. I mean,
Yeah, like there's multiple guards shooting him with big-ass support machine guns. Like, they're just trying to knock him away from the panel. So,
okay.
yeah, he manages to hit the button. You hear, override! God damn!
Okay, this is
And-
where we run.
You hear doors opening,
We're running to that hallway where the
and inhuman screams. Switching music to combat mode.
Yeah.
All right. So, where are you going?
she said
Sure.
that the escape or whatever
transport
delivery
route?
tram- Yeah, the transport tram thing was.
You'd have to go through the airlock up here, back towards the main hallway, and then through the door over by the break room.
Well,
The-
gotta do it.
The doors are all locking down because you just opened up Gen Pop and now monsters are crawling out and they are right behind you. So, but you do have the doctor who starts punching in an override to open up the doors and let you through.
Let us through and then not anyone else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. And then lock it behind us.
The nature of an airlock is a door must close for another to open.
Yep.
The door is closing, and wow. 3 creatures managed to get into the airlock with you while it's cycling.
Ooh, what kind?
One of them is the mannequin man. Another one is a werewolf. And another one is some kind of spider-human hybrid. Like, this thing's a horror show. One of its arms is like this big scythy leg. It's like got multiple eyes coming out. It just looks like something got it, and if you've played Shadowrun, it looks like a flesh form. The thing is chittering and coming at you. The werewolf just straight up turns into his war form and starts slamming it. And the mannequin man is just like looking around like, I just want to get the fuck out of here. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
And they're
So
in there.
the mannequin man. Yeah, I'll ask
They're
the
in there with
mannequin
you.
man. Are you from the hedge?
You know?
Yeah. Come on. Come on.
He looks like he's ready to bust into tears. Okay, so the airlock is cycling. Werewolf is fighting spider creature. The whole thing is cycling. The doctor is running and trying to get the door to open on the other side. What are you all doing?
Well, I'm gonna try to keep the mannequin man with me so I can get him out.
You grab him by one thin wrist and pull him toward the door. Victoria, what are you doing?
I'm trying to stay out of the way of the fight that's going on right here. And
I do want to remind you and Dustin have pistols with compound rounds.
Okay, does the spider thing look like it's basically taken care of by hulking out werewolf thing?
Maybe.
I'm going to put.
Who seems like they're winning?
Don't shoot the werewolf.
I'm going to
If you're-
shoot the spider thing because that's what I'm afraid of.
If you had to guess, the werewolf is probably the friendlier of the two. If you had to guess, the werewolf will probably win. But how damaged will it be if you don't help?
I'm going to help it. I'm going to shoot at the spider abomination.
Okay.
That is
What's
nowhere
your-
near like the spider human hybrids from D&D that I play in character.
They're worse.
Yeah, like this is worse than that.
What is your dex plus pistols?
It is 4 dice.
Total?
Yes, I am not a great shooter.
Yeah, but these dice love you.
Good for them.
Okay,
love
so you pull out the big ass pistol that your dad gave you, which you have loaded with compound rounds. Kaboom! It smacks into the thing, popping chitinous shell bubbles on it with a crack and a spray of fluid and web-like material. It gives a chittering scream. The werewolf digs claws into the wound, making it scream even more. Darien, do you have a move?
I'm gonna shoot the spider thing too.
All right.
Don't hurt the werewolf.
Trying
Only on-
not to.
He might be family.
Only on a glitch. All right. Dex 3, firearms 3, pistol specialization. Very nice. Very good roll. Bam, bam, bam. The thing screams more. The werewolf takes advantage of that. Digs its claw, like punches through the hole you two have made inside of it, grabs the other edge, and rips the thing in half. Sprays everywhere. The smell is beyond comprehension. The blast doors are opening, and there are guards on the other side with big-ass guns aimed into the room. Because you have saved the werewolf, he jumps out still in war form going after them.
Alright.
Absolute carnage.
Alright, but he's in war form, so that's not a good thing.
Not for them.
So we gotta go.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's probably a fantastic idea. So, out of here?
Just
Yo.
avoid claws and guards. I mean,
Yeah, going.
They ain't fucking around.
We might need the
So-
doctor to open doors for us still.
Yeah, we need her to open the doors.
Okay. As you're leaving this this airlock and passing the chaos, you can see the blast door behind you is straight up boom, 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 like dents are forming in it.
No, but we don't need the doctor.
You are running. You can see that there are, like, as you pass one of the guard posts, you can see the cameras on the inside. You ever
45.
Yep,
Yep.
45. There you go.
35.
You ever see Cabin in the Woods, the scene with the security cameras where it's just monsters effing up everyone?
Chaos.
That. There's the
Exactly what I was thinking of.
dude in the straitjacket is like hovering, and like there are guards like falling to the ground with eye and nose bleeds. You can see like one of the monsters come into the cell with the two twin things that were touching the wall. They reach out and touch it, and you can see the things start shaking and fall to the ground.
I see them?
You do.
Oh my god, I know them.
Yep. You don't want to be anywhere near them now.
Okay.
They're very hungry. So yeah, shit's going down.
As we're running, hey, I know them.
Okay,
All right.
working werewolf behind you. We're talking full death rage. So yeah, doctor leads you over to the elevator that takes you down further to the tram. As the door opens, guards are rushing past you. Move, move! And you scoot outward. You are standing at near a guard station. The door is still open. You can see one of the guards, like looking. The one guard that's still on duty, is that you can see is standing at the open doors leading to what appears to be a terminal with a tram. What's the move?
Get on that tram.
Yeah.
Leaving.
Okay, you're going down the hall when you hear a burst behind you,
Oh shit, hit the deck.
and the elevator comes crashing back down. You can hear the screams of some of the men and something else. The guard, meanwhile, goes, stand down, get on the ground! He's aiming at you.
Me?
All of you.
Oh.
With a gun that big, he's aiming at everyone.
Okay.
Is the werewolf still in war form?
He's upstairs.
Oh, he didn't come with us.
He's busy.
Okay, I am gonna do everything I can to just halt him. Maybe not kill him, but just halt him from killing us.
Right about then, you can feel that you feel the other guard you were controlling. You feel him die.
Oh, I didn't let him go already?
No, you seem to be linked to them until you make a conscious effort to sever it.
Oh, I thought I did that. But anyway,
And
it doesn't matter.
You feel him die, and it seizes you up. You can feel something wet coming out of your nose. That is blood. You're gonna try to halt him?
Yep.
Is the doctor still with us?
She is. It's too. Yeah, you are. You can't stop this guy. Not like
Can't
this.
she tell him that she has orders to get us out? To go to the next facility?
She can try. We're evacuating. We're evacuating. Sorry, I made it British.
Yeah.
We're evacuating. Down on the ground. Compromise code 324. Down now. Now. I will open fire.
I feel so helpless without my werewolf forms. And I don't even have a gun. Is it just one guard?
It's just one guard that you can see.
Am I still feeling woozy?
Do you want my gun? I think.
Do I still feel woozy?
Yes, but you can still get shit done.
Like, could
The
I fight
adrenaline's helping.
hand to hand?
Maybe.
My brawl is still really high.
You can feel the networked thought from Victoria. She has that giant-ass revolver that just blew a hole in a spider thing.
Alright. Hopefully I can shoot this guy. Give me the gun.
I
Although my
toss
brawl
it.
is higher, but...
Victoria tosses a gun to another person. While there's a gun trained on everyone, he opens fire.
Oh, shit. Duck out of the way.
If I can.
Dodge. Dodge.
Okay, so he just opens fire. Victoria, miss.
Oh my god.
Artemis, winged.
Does it
Darien.
heal, though?
It will very quickly. Darien, hit.
Oh, shit.
Doctor, critical.
Oh,
Oh
fuck.
no.
She is down.
What about the mannequin?
The mannequin seems to have just sort of like pressed against the wall and isn't seen.
Okay, good.
They can just like,
Ah!
I didn't catch
Darien.
your name.
Darien, you feel the doctor's death. Your head feels like it's splitting.
Okay, so talking to Victoria, I didn't catch your name, but you need to stop the bleeding on him, and then I'm gonna try to shoot at these guys.
Okay.
I will allow that with the speed of thought, but for the moment you need to be shooting. What is
Yep.
your dex plus firearms?
5. Is this considered a pistol?
Yes.
Then 9 again.
Okay. And a good thing too.
Oh my
Love that
goodness.
9 again. Hot damn. It's been a while since you used a gun. But hey, this is basically the war form of guns. Kaboom! You hit him right in the faceplate. It actually cracks slightly. He is knocked backward. He is not dead, but it will definitely interfere with his ability to see and aim, and you've knocked him prone.
Did all the shooting come from him?
Yes, but you can hear you can hear firearms and roars coming down the elevator shaft now.
Okay, we need to get on this tram.
Okay. Alright.
is that guy unconscious or is he just fall down? I mean,
You?
no, the guard.
Oh, the guard has been knocked prone. He is not unconscious. He is not dead.
He'll be dead soon. Let's go. I mean, if there
Okay.
are monsters coming down, he's gonna be dead soon.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, you start moving. Mannequin dude is like straight up hustling past you. There's another guard in the guard room. He's drawn a pistol and is taking pot shots.
Can I
You want to
shoot at
snapshot him?
Yeah.
Man, that 9 again is saving your ass.
That's why I told you.
Kablam! It's enough that it makes him duck back into the room.
Sweet.
Darien, you've taken a pretty bad shot to the shoulder. Like you are like this hurts a lot. Probably hit your shoulder blade or your collarbone or something. This is going to inhibit you. So, as you're limping along, Victoria, you're following?
Yeah.
Okay. The tram is it's sort of like a 2-car subway train. This is the end of the line. There is one car that appears to be for use of like storage of prisoner cells, and then a forward one that's supposed to seat troops and whoever's driving it.
Okay.
Okay, so you're running for the tram. Everybody's trying to get on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who's covering the rear? Darien?
Well, Darien, I'll cover the rear.
Well, you're too weakened. You should probably be like the first out.
Yeah, you take. I'll cover the rear. Man.
Well, you're dying.
Yeah.
I'll heal. You won't.
So, all right. You're moving. The gunshots are getting closer, and the roars have gotten quieter. They're getting control of the facility again.
All right, Dustin or Darien, take the rear.
Okay.
All right. It looks like the tram is locked out from the guard terminal. Somebody's gonna have to start it from here.
Go. I'll get it open.
And then what are you gonna do?
I'll be right behind you. Go.
Oh, come on.
We could sit here and argue about this, and then we're gonna end up being a permanent resident.
Better get out of here.
I'm right behind you. Go.
All right, Darien. Kick down the door, shoot the guard, hit the tram.
Yep.
Let's see how that works out for you.
Now, can I continue shooting the guard? I know it's not gonna kill him. Just like, stay where you are. Every time he gets back.
Yeah, Darien, your damage is worse than you're letting on. You're putting on a real brave face. So you start firing at the door before you come around just to spook the guy. He's like pulling back, bam, 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 door, bam, 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 bam. He's in a corner. You reach out with your mind. Hit the button. Tram starts moving. More guards are coming. The tram starts moving. Victoria, Artemis, and the mannequin guy, you're on board. Starts moving fast. Darien is not chasing after you.
Oh no.
Darien, you've got to run.
Just send her one last thing. Just goodbye.
Guards come around the corner and have got guns trained on him. And then they're out of sight. And that is the end of the episode.
Oh.
Oh no.
Well, Dustin will be taking, at the very least, a sabbatical from the show. We'll see if he wants to come back in the future. But we're welcoming back Artemis. And let's see where she and Victoria end up going forward. And you'll find that out 1 month from today. In 2 weeks, the next episode of William Ravelow, run by our very own Ashley. We've got Jerry Atwich coming up soon, right?
Yep, Tuesday. They are going to be in the Wars of the Stars.
There you can find Ashley and Dustin kicking all the ass, getting, I don't know,
It's not
drunk as
Ashley
hell.
and
old.
Dustin, it's Edie and Birdie.
Yes, of course. There's so many people that work at 3SR.
No.
Aside from that, is there anything anybody wants to plug, or any products that we especially like, or any shows that we want to pimp?
I got nothing.
No, nothing comes to
Just
mind.
Jerry Atwich.
All right. Well, we'd like to thank some of our allied channels. Definitely catch PK Crash for some of the best live plays of old cool games. Love Robert. Devil's Luck Gaming. They've got a whole bunch of stuff going on right now, and they wear full costumes. So give them a look. Patrick Purcell writes for some of this stuff like I do, so give them a look. Aside from that, reach out to us. We'd love to know what kind of games you'd like to see in addition to this. Goodness knows I've fallen in love with Red Markets really bad. But we've got lots of stuff coming. Check out the website. Subscribe to everything. Check out this playlist if you like. Help the artists who make that stuff. Thank you to all of our artists. We absolutely love the artwork. Just look at this border. It's so freaking beautiful. Patronize all of them too. Aside from that,
Oh,
anything?
happy birthday to Erika.
Today is Erika's birthday!
Oh, thank you. Thank you so
4th of
much.
July, we don't celebrate America, we just celebrate Erika.
That's right.
So thank you so much for joining us today on this most precious day.
Yeah.
Now we're going to buy you a sweet treat.
Oh.
Okay. So, everybody, thanks for keeping up with the overtime with us. We love you so much, and we'll see you soon, okay?
Bye.
Bye, everybody.